I'm just gonna wait for some people to pop on. I just primed my face. I am all ready to go. Move my glasses. Hello. And I just like, I go to touch them as if they're still there. Hello, hello. Just setting up my table. And getting ready. Okay, so guys, I'm just gonna dive right in because I'm late. I said I was gonna be here at 2. It's now 2:20. As per usual fashion, I'm always late. Alright guys, so I'm Terry Shilstack. I'm a Seint beauty artist, just working from one palette. This is my huge, giant artist palette. It's massive, it's 2 layers, and it holds almost all my stuff. I'm one of those people who's an addict, you know? Just love my makeup so much. Alright guys, okay, so I'm gonna dive right in. And I primed my face. So I used my Seint Stay Spray as my primer. It makes a good base just to hold your cream makeup down. It is sulfate free, so you want a sulfate free, it is sulfate free, silicone free, sorry, silicone free primer when you're using a cream based makeup. Okay, so that is silicone free to prime my face with, and I love it. But you can use any primer that you like. Sorry, just looking for another brush. Hello everyone popping in. You can kind of use any sort of primer that you want. Just make sure when you're using cream makeup that you are using a silicone free. So I'm going to start by color correcting. It's almost all gone, but I have this little rash right here, and it shows up on this side as well. I usually get it throughout the winter time, just like the weather, you know. And then I'm also going to do some color correcting under my bags. So I'm going to start with this is a contour color called Aspen, I believe. I think it's Aspen. I just shoved my finger in one of my lip and cheeks. It is Aspen, right? Yes, Aspen. I don't know why I thought it was going to be something else, but it's Aspen. So Aspen is a really good color corrector for any redness that you have going on. And you don't have to color correct anything. You can just go right in and right away just apply your makeup. Our makeup is 35% more pigmented than any other makeup, so you can just apply it and be good to go. But I don't want it to peek through, so I'm just going to color correct it. Then I'm going to go in with the color Frenchie right underneath my eyes just to color correct my bags. And don't mind me while I like stare into my mirror. I find it easier to apply makeup looking at my little mirror than it does when trying to apply it in the phone. But yeah, so I'm just going to color correct the bags under my eyes. This is a lip and cheek color called Frenchie, but it also works really well for getting rid of any of the deep blue purpley hues from those lovely bags that we end up with. You can use a few different shades to color correct your under eye. Sunlit is one that you can use, which is a highlight color. And just a bit of lingo, highlight in the Seint world is your foundation. There we go. So it looks funny. It's like a bit pink, but it sort of takes away all that like blue and purpley hues from underneath your eyes. All right, and now I'm going to go ahead and apply my actual makeup. So the 3 main shades that I'm going to use are custom color matched to my skin tones. So my contour that I'm going to start with is the color Olive, and I'm just going to apply it in the number 3 right along my face. So you want to apply your contour shades everywhere that shadow naturally occurs on your face. So there we go. Don't ever be afraid of contouring. I am going to grab my smaller palette because it's easier to hold for the mirror. Sorry guys. I got everything in that lovely palette, but my smaller palette is easier to hold on to. Okay. So, like I said, my contour color is olive, and olive will look really nice on a lot of skin tones. It's just got that really nice undertone to it that'll look really good on a lot of different skin tones. All right, so that is olive all along. Hello! Welcome everyone hopping on. How's everyone's Thursday? I feel like it's Friday for some reason. I don't know why I woke up thinking it was Friday. Anyways, okay, so contour color applied. So you want to make a number 3 around your face. And then I like to apply the contour on my nose just using my finger. I get a finer line that way. So there's like, we have a few brushes that are nice and thin, like our multitasker brush is really good at applying a nose contour. There we go. But I like to use my finger. I don't know, I just get it. I feel like I get cleaner lines that way. Not cleaner lines, but like thinner lines that way. And then I'm gonna apply a little bit on my Cupid's bow. And a little bit under my lip there. And just sort of adds definition to your lip because you get a bit of shadow there the way your lip folds down. Okay. All right, so now that I have my contour everywhere I want to go, I'm going to go in with my main highlight now. And my main highlight is Candlelit. I'm usually June in the summertime, just depends on my tan, but throughout the spring and the winter, I am Candlelit. So the 3 shades that I'm using, like I said, they're custom colored to my skin tones. And I can custom color match your skin tones to shades that would look really nice with you. And I'm just going to apply this main highlight of mine everywhere that I did not stick my contour. So I'm just going to apply it everywhere that I did not stick my contour shade. And I'm just going to press and pull it in there a bit. So I've got this fun little mask going on now. There we go. And just gonna work it in a little bit, not too much. And then I'm going to go in with my brightening highlight, and my brightening highlight is the color Linen. And I'm just going to apply it right in the center here of my forehead, right on my eye here. This also makes a really nice base for your eyeshadow. And then to go under my eyes, I'm just going to pick it up with my finger again and just going to sweep it underneath my eye here. And I'm using a lighter shade right in this area just to sort of bring focus in and around my eyes, brighten them back up. Drag it right down the middle of my nose. Put a little bit right here on my chin, just to sort of brighten up my face there. And right on my Cupid's bow. I'm just gonna add a little more to this eye over here. There we go. Another reason why I like to place some of this on with my finger is also it warms the product up, and so it makes it like more pliable, easier to blend it in, even though our makeup is super easy to blend together. But funny little process right here. I'm just letting it sit for a moment just before I start blending it in. But so basically that's all you do with Seint makeup. It's wonderful. So you apply your contour, your main highlight, your brightening highlight, and you don't layer it on top of each other. You just apply it where it needs to go and blend it together. So our contours are have coverage to them, unlike a lot of other contour makeup contours. They don't have coverage, so you kind of lay your foundation on and then contour your face. But ours has coverage, so you just put it on instead of doing all this layering upon layering. Okay, so now I'm going to blend, and all I'm doing is just pressing the product into my skin. And you can either blend out with the brush, or you can blend out with a perfector sponge. All depends on what you're feeling. There's no right or wrong way. It's all how you want to do your makeup. But I like to just get this little bit blended, and then I switch over to my blush bronze brush. So I was using our 3D brush, and all our brushes are double-ended, so you get so much use out of one brush. And then I'm gonna switch it up to my blush bronze brush, and I'm gonna use my blush end, and this I find gives a really nice clean blend. And so I'm just gonna start pressing my contour in and blending out the lines. And when you get to your cheeks, you kind of want to push up. You don't want to like rub it, you just want to push it up. And you can pinch it to get it more dense. And I'm literally just dabbing my makeup into my face. I feel like I should have some tunes on in the background. Like it's too quiet. And then blend out my neck. I always leave my nose to last as well. I'm just pushing it up and back, getting all the lines. And then I'm going to pinch it again for my nose and just press it and work it in. It's magical. And then clean up my eyes here. Bring it down my neck a little bit more. Welcome everyone jumping in. Everyone ready for the weekend? Any weekend plans? I know it's only Thursday, but tomorrow is Friday. There we go. So then I usually go over with my perfector sponge, and I like to moisten it first and just pick up any extra product that was left behind. So if you feel like you over applied a bit, you can go in with your moistened sponge and it'll really clean up everything really nicely. And you can even use your sponge to blend everything together instead of blending with a brush. And all I'm doing is just pressing and dabbing. And it like picks up all the excess without taking away all your makeup either. And then I just sort of drag it underneath my chin. It's not Friday, it's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. So don't worry. I'm ahead of the game. I'm wondering about everyone's weekend plans, even though it's Thursday, because I feel like it's Friday. It feels like a Friday today. There we go. So I got the final blend, which is nice. So then I go over with my bronzer. First I'll put my blush on actually, and then I'll go over with my bronzer. So that same brush that I used to blend with, oh, I get it now. That tomorrow was Friday if I hadn't said anything. What day does it feel like to you? Oh no, if it's Friday for me, does it feel like a Monday to you? Ooh. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's Thursday already. The week flew by. I think because we had a short week this week. Or, well, we did. It was family day on Monday for us. Where are you from? It doesn't tell me where you're from, so. All right. Yeah, we had family day. So we had a day off on Monday. So it made our week a lot shorter. But, yeah, I don't know. I feel like everywhere's family day is on Monday. Only some places don't have family day on the same day as us, I think. I can't remember how that works. Or we were the last province to get family day. The last place to get family day. I can't remember when it first came about. February didn't have a holiday, so they decided to make family day in February for us. Okay, so I'm going to pick up the color Hollywood. Oh, and you had a snow day on Tuesday. I wish. I should turn my phone around and show you guys our lovely rain that we're having here. Still Wednesday. Definitely, it's the holiday. It throws everyone for a loop, right? And then the added days off or days home on the snow days that you guys are having. I want to come to where you guys are. I want a snow day. Hopefully I'll get some this weekend. We're going to Whistler. Okay, I'm using the color Hollywood for my cheeks. And I'm just going to pick it up with my finger. And I'm just going to dab it on the high points of my cheeks and a little bit up. So I can either pick it up with my brush or, like I'm doing right now, with my finger and over apply it. Oh no. Oh. Where are you? Snowstorm. Piles and piles of snow. I mean, I love snow, but I don't want to be like trapped. Okay. This is Hollywood. I'm just going to leave it just like that. No. Okay, so now I'm going to take the blush end of that blush bronzer brush and I'm just going to press it in. So you just want to press it in. And I could have added this with everything else when I put all of the makeup on and applied Toronto. Yeah, lots of snow for you guys. Is that like huge cold spell over with that you guys were having too? Everywhere was like, it was freezing. It was cold here too. I'm out in Vancouver, so it was cold here too. Like for us, you guys are gonna hate me. It was like -2, but it with the wind chill, it was like -10 or something like that. Yeah, I know. Wimpy. We're wimpy over here in Vancouver with all our rain. Okay, so I pressed it in. So I could have added that with everything and then blended it all out together. But I like to add my blush in at the end just so that I can just like blend it out and it stays on there and it doesn't get taken away with the foundation because of the coverage of our foundation. So I like to add it in on top. Then I'm going to flip the brush over to the larger end. So the blush side is the smaller one. Bronzer side is thicker. And I'm just going to dab it into my bronzer and just pick a little bit of bronzer up. And then I like to Thank you. And then I like to just dab it on the paper towel just a bit so that I don't over bronze and end up like an Oompa Loompa with too much. I guess bronzer has a bit of orange undertone to it. And I'm just gonna apply it to areas where sun would hit my face, just to give me a little bit extra sun-kissed glow, as I lose my tan throughout the winter, and then I get really washed out, right? So I like to add a bit of bronzer. So I add it to my forehead a bit and a little bit right in here and up. And you don't want to use your bronzer as a contour, but you can sort of place it in those areas on your cheeks and your temples and across your forehead, but you don't want to use it as your actual contour because it doesn't really work very well as a contour itself. There we go. And you can place your bronzer like right a little bit in the center of your face, and that will give you like a bit of sun into your face, because when you get suntan, that's kind of where you tan a bit, right in your cheeks and your temples and a little bit on your face. Like when I'm out in the sun, my freckles show up more, so I get a little bit darker tanned right in the center of my face. And then I want to drag it down my neck as well, because if you look where I bronzed and then if I leave my neck, it looks funny, right? So I just add a bit to my neck so that I match now. I don't ever have to add too much in the summertime because of my tan that I get, but in the winter time, because like I say, I get washed out, so it sort of flows better now. And now look, after I put the bronzer and the blush, it just adds a bit of like texture back into my face a bit, right? Like it gives me life again, like without, when you saw me just before I put the blush on, it just sort of was flat almost, kind of with my shadowed contoured areas, but just sort of like washed out. And then you add blush and it gives that life back into your face. So if you're someone like I used to be and not into blush, I highly recommend just popping just a tiny bit. You can even get like you don't have to get like reds and crazy pinks. You can get really faint colored blushes just to add a bit of color back to your cheek. And our blush makes a really nice lip color too. So all of our blushes double up as lips as well, which is really nice. Everything is multi-purpose. And then I'm going to do just a light eye look today. Nothing too crazy. I should have chose my colors before I came in here. It's like Sophie's choice. I've got too much to choose from. Ooh. You guys, I don't know what to choose. I think I'm just gonna go neutral, and I'm just gonna grab some browns. And I'm going to take my everything brush. So everything is double-ended. I'm gonna take my fluffy end and I'm gonna pick up the color Chestnut. So I'll just swirl it in and I'm just gonna sweep that in my crease. And down. So this is a really light neutral brown shade. I could go a shade darker. I don't know if you guys can hear this song, but I'm really liking this song. I put the I put the movie Ballerina on. I don't know if you guys have seen that. It's like a cartoon maybe. Super cute. I put it on at like snack time just before nap time, just to sort of chill out the mini men. And I've continued watching it in the background. Thank you. I've continued having it on in the background. It's such a cute movie. I'm a huge fan of cartoon movies. Such a good movie, right? Such a good movie. Something I wish I had stuck to as a child was ballet. I love ballet. Okay, so that is chestnut. And now I'm gonna pick up the color Sleigh Ride. Okay, so all these chestnut, Sleigh Ride, they were in my advent calendar. I know, they're really nice. These are our Mascara brand ones. So Mascara turned to Seint. She changed the name in November. So these are our Mascara branded ones. And I have a couple new Seint branded. So the Mascara ones are pretty, but check out the Seint branded ones. They're super pretty. Like they're white tip, so fluffy. These ones are really nice. I haven't had the heart to start using that one yet because it's so pretty. I do, however, use the Seint line brush, and of course I have like all my eyebrow stuff in there, so it's no longer white anymore because it's dyed it a little bit. But yeah, the Seint ones are so pretty. I haven't had the heart to go ahead and pull it out yet. I should though. Okay. Oh yeah, eyeshadows. So these is a really nice eyeshadow color. So that's chestnut, and now I'm gonna pick up Sleigh Ride. And they're Christmas themed names, and they came out in my advent calendar at Christmas time. So I had a eyeshadow advent calendar. Hello, dream advent calendar. And there was talk of adding these colors into the website, but they haven't shown up yet. So I'm gonna figure out what's going on there because they're nice colors, but they are Christmas themed names. Maybe they're only gonna come out at Christmas time. So this is Sleigh Ride, and I'm just popping it in my outer corner here. Kind of right to the middle. Went a little too far on that one side, so I will add to the other, and then I'm gonna flip it back over. So I was using the more dense dome end of that brush. Now I'm gonna flip it back over to the fluffier end, and I'm just going to sweep that under the crease, just to sort of tone it down a little, but it still keeps that like dark shadow to it. And I'm just trying to keep it right underneath that crease. There we go. So that is Sleigh Ride. And now I'm going to pick up I should show you this. Like, aside from I dropped my palette the other day. So this is why it's taking me forever to choose. I got a lot of colors to choose from. I can't decide. Thank you. Browns are good for that. Browns are good for that. And orange colored eyeshadows are good for blue eyes. To make them like stand out. I was trying to decide on my next shade. I want to add a bit of sparkle. Or shine, I guess. Would be the best word to use. So I'm going to use gold. True to its name, gold. And I'm going to use my multitasker, and I'm going to use the flat paddle end. I'm going to really press it in to pick up a lot of product, because our shimmery shades, I like them to really stand out. And I'm just going to pop this right in my inner corner here. They're a nice color combo. Adds like a nice shine. I'm trying to just keep it right to the inner corner. There. Just adds a bit of shimmer to it. Match it to the other side. I'm just really trying to pick that up. Sometimes I find these shimmer shades that we have go on a little bit smoother with your finger. Thank you. I know, it's a really nice finish. I'm gonna get in real close. It acts like a second skin. It's really nice. It doesn't feel thick or cakey on my face. It moves with my skin, so when I get my wrinkles going, it doesn't like bunch up in the crease like with some makeup that you put on, you know, when you get your forehead wrinklies going. And then you get those like cake lines in them, but it doesn't do that. Sorry, I'm getting up nice and close and personal with you guys here. But I just wanted to show you, like, you can even still see some of my freckles. I went a little bit thicker today, but you can still see some of my freckles pop through. So I could have done like a super light layer across my face to just kind of hide all my like redness and any blemishes and just really make it look like one little layer of skin on top, which is nice. But I was really worried, and I started using this makeup in the summertime in July or August, I believe it was. I can't quite remember. But I just started out as a customer. I needed something, like my old makeup routine took me like forever, and I just stopped wearing makeup because I have two-year-olds, and it was just too hard to sit and try and put anything on with them in their crazy townness. So I came across her, and I loved how quick it was, and I thought, cream, this is gonna be thick. And I was pleasantly surprised at how unthick it was. All right, so getting my bigger mirror just to kind of see I think I'm just gonna dust this a little bit more. Sort of blend that in the middle. A little bit more. There we go. And then I'm going to add that Sleigh Ride to my lower lash line. You can either just pop your mascara on and just have it like that, but sometimes I find just adding that little extra on the lower lash line ties it together a little bit more. Thank you. So I'm going to take the tiny end of my multitasker. I'm just gonna rub it in that Sleigh Ride, and I'm just gonna line that lower lash line. I just feel like it just kind of, like you could just leave it like that. Just adds just a little bit. There. And then I'll pop some mascara on. I'm gonna fill in my brows. I like to use, it's a contour shade, but it's kind of ashy, so nobody ever really actually uses it as a contour shade, but it's a really good eyebrow shade, and it's called Shadow. And I just sort of sweep it on my line brush and just drag it through my brows a bit. I just like to fill in that little area that was right there that's kind of missing some hairs. It's very thinned out. Years of over tweezing. And then I just sort of even out. So just sort of filled in that little bit of a space there, a little bit of, like right in this brow, you'll see how I have some hair there and a little bit of missing hair there. Lovely over tweezing. I'll just match it. And then I like to run a little bit of brow wax in after, just to hold the hairs in place. Doing your eyebrows isn't something you have to do. I just like to fill in my gaps. I usually get my eyebrows microbladed. Just gonna brush my hairs. Yeah, don't go in and see my girl until March sometime to get them touched up. There we go. And then I can run a bit of brow wax through. I don't add a lot to my brows because I do have a decent amount of brows. I just have some areas where I over tweezed many moons ago. I just like to fill them in with our brow wax. I just spray a bit of Stay Spray in, run the spoily end into it, and then rub it into my brows. And just holds them in place a bit. Keeps my hairs where they need to be. I sometimes get those like hangy hairs. Not as bad as my husband though. He's got some crazy hangy hairs. and then pop my mascara on, and I'm done. That's it. You can add an illuminator, which brings back a little shine to your face if you want, if you're feeling like you want a little bit of shimmer. And I usually, when I add it, I'll usually add it with a more dense brush or with my finger. I cannot for the life of me remember the name of this brush. But you don't have to add an illuminator. We all have like a natural shine to our face. But yeah, so I'm not going to add an illuminator today, but you can if you want to. The only last thing that I would do after applying everything would be to just set it with a stay spray. Again, not something you have to do, but I learned the hard way about melting faces in the summer heat. I know it's cold right now, so really it's not going to move. But, or if you itch yourself or anything like that, you're going to rub it away. I always just recommend a bit of a stay spray. You can just spritz it, or I always just squirt it on the bum end of my perfector sponge and just dab it and just make sure everything just stays where it needs to be. One of these days I'm gonna learn how to properly line my lips. I was actually talking to the girls about that the other day, asking for some help, because every time I do a lip liner and then apply any lip, I always end up looking like I've got this wonderful mustache. I can't seem to line them properly. I don't know what it is. It's really funny though. I don't know if I'm just not used to it on myself, but I love the look of a lined lip. I don't know, it's just, maybe it's an evening thing. Maybe I always feel funny because I'm not actually like going out for dinner or anything like that, and then I look like really done up when I do line my lips. But so I just sprayed it, dabbed it, stay spray this, and that's that. So that's everything, all from one palette. I used 2 palettes, just my smaller one for its mirror, because my actual palette that holds everything is huge and bulky and hard to hold. It's like super hard to grasp while I'm holding the mirror. But yeah, it's all custom to you. Your lips, your cheeks, your eyeshadows are all everything that you want to pick. The only thing I help you guys do is choose your main highlight, your brightening highlight, and your contour shade. I custom color match you. My custom color matches are always complimentary, so feel free to fill out the form in my bio if you would like your color match. Otherwise, you can grab anything you want. Thank you. Eyeshadows, lip and cheeks, you can shop the link in my bio as well, whatever you want to grab. Sorry, I have a hair on my face. It's tickling me. Yeah, so you can shop anything that you like in there. We offer a really lovely skincare line too. But yeah, so if you guys are wanting a color match, feel free to fill out the form in my bio. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm happy to answer them for you. Otherwise, I'm gonna go finish packing for my weekend before my kids wake up. Thought I heard movement. Alright guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me and getting ready with me. The only thing I'm missing right now is mascara. You're welcome. The only thing that we don't sell is mascara. So again, that's personal preference. So whatever type of mascara you use. I use Estee Lauder. I love their mascara. I also use Their Real by Benefit. That's another really good mascara as well. So, alright guys. Enjoy your afternoon. Hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I'm not going to pop on Lavi until probably next week. And I probably won't pop on much this weekend either. So, enjoy your weekend, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.